Wow. What a W for the Cincinnati Bengals. What a way to finish the season. Five straight wins. They they're above 500, 9-8, and they got the passing leader, they got the receiving leader, and they got the sacks leader. And Trey Hendrickson was the man tonight because Burrow and Chase lost Higgins and couldn't finish drives. And the Bengals D, the much maligned Bengals D, is the unit that closed out the Steelers, closed out the season with a 5 game win streak for the Bengals. And hey, Kansas City, hey, Buffalo, hey, Baltimore, you want no piece of this team being in the playoffs. Yeah, sure, you can take care of business against them. They're beatable. They're not perfect. They're making mistakes. They're going three and out or turning it over or coming up with this penalty or that penalty when they can at least afford it. But they're a hot team with some big time players that know how to win in the playoffs. And I mean, obviously, the Chiefs aren't going to just tank. They got too many prideful guys that want to win their 16th game. I mean, Carson Wentz wants to put something on tape for everyone to see so he can get a gig, like become the next Sam Darnold, become the next Baker Mayfield, resurrect his career. What better way to do that than beat the Denver Broncos? And Snoop Huntley is in New York for the Dolphins and freezing New York, taking on a Jets team, and Aaron Rodgers maybe in his last game as a professional. I mean, the Jets have some people out there that want to win too. So Bengals can make this thing, and I'll tell you what: if I'm the Buffalo Bills, I want to see the Denver Broncos walk into my building or the Miami Dolphins. So rare that you want to see a team for a third time rather than face someone else. But yeah, if I'm the Bills, I want Tua and the Dolphins coming into my house, or Bo Nix in his first career playoff game coming to my house. I want no piece of Joe Burrow coming to my house because the last time that happened in the playoffs, Stephon Diggs was barking at Josh Allen. It did not go well for Buffalo. So that was something else. And good luck to the Bengals getting the results that they need. It is entirely possible that the Kansas City Chiefs, with their backups, take care of business against the Denver Broncos. Absolutely. And that's not any offense to Denver. And it's absolutely possible that the Jets put it together and spit their last 2024 breath in the direction of the Miami Dolphins and put the Bengals in the playoffs, which would totally change the AFC playoff dynamic, certainly in the Super Bowl wild card weekend. Who knows for how long, but I'll tell you what, I would not want that red hot offense and a defensive player of the year candidate in Trey Hendrickson coming to my house. So congratulations to the Bengals at 4-8, finishing 9-8, having a shot, putting it in the hands of some other people. Ironically, the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Jets, but they can make it. And as for the Pittsburgh Steelers, it's like watching this offense, like watching root canal at times. And you know, I understand the record of 10-7 is infused for a lot of Steelers fans because that is the record since they've been playing a 17th regular season game that the Steelers post in eking their way into the playoffs, and Steelers fans use as the numbers to point out that the Mike Tomlin Steelers just sneak into the playoffs or eke into the playoffs or just barely stroll into the playoffs only to lose to eventual Super Bowl winners or teams that have a better chance than them to win a Super Bowl. And it's supposed to change. And this year looked like it was going to change at 10-3. And the Steelers are now the first team since the 1999 Lions and only the third team of the Super Bowl era to go into the playoffs with a 4 game losing streak. The 99 Lions, by the way, got one and done. The 86 Jets that started 10-1 and then finished 10-6 on a 5-game losing streak, did actually win their wild card game, made it to the divisional round. So this does not bode well. If I am the Steelers, with all due respect to the Texans, I would prefer to go there to open the playoffs rather than take on the Ravens in Baltimore for a third time. I know that the Steelers have had Lamar's number, but the way that the Ravens are clicking on offense, and it does look like Zay Flowers is going to have to really rehab that knee to get back on the field in time for the Super Bowl wild card weekend game. But again, I am now, if I'm the Steelers, in the unenviable position of rooting for the Las Vegas Raiders and whoever's left playing for them and playing for their coach and Antonio Pierce. They need to beat the Chargers. And if I am the Chargers, I am 1,000,000% trying to win that football game. I'm playing my starters. I'm ready to roll. They want no piece of the Ravens. I would much rather, if I'm Jim Harbaugh, go to Houston to take on the Texans in the opener of the Super Bowl wild card weekend rather than go to the Ravens and deal with all that brother stuff and have that as the backdrop to his first playoff return as an NFL head coach, which would be unbelievable if it's a Harbaugh, because that would mean Jim's last 2 playoff games as an NFL head coach would be against his brother this year, and obviously the Super Bowl loss to the Ravens last time the Super Bowl was in New Orleans. So obviously I'm genuinely alarmed at George Pickens' performance tonight. Drops that last throw a little off by Russ, but I think he thought Pickens was just going to keep with a full head of steam to the sideline. Looked like he kind of slowed up on that route. The drop by Freiermuth at the end was kind of a stunner because he was the go-to guy all night. But that's what happens when you're struggling. It's like pulling teeth. Sometimes you'll pull the tooth, and other times, you wind up with needing a shot of Novocaine to get through it. So good luck to you Bengals fans, and obviously good luck to the Steelers fans, because that 4-game losing streak going into the playoffs does not bode very well. But stranger things have happened. What a night. What a night. See you on game day morning, Sunday morning on NFL Network, and back on the Rich Eisen Show on Monday to unpack everything.